What's up, y'all? Today I'm going to be reviewing Lexington Law and telling you guys my opinion on them, okay? So if that's something that interests you, be sure you stay tuned. What's up, y'all? My name is Tomy Boboy, your credit and personal finance coach. If this is your first time on my channel, I'd just like to say welcome. Typically on this channel, I'm talking about things related to credit and personal finance. So if you're interested in improving your credit or achieving financial freedom, be sure you hit the subscribe button down below so you don't miss any of my future videos. Now let's go ahead and jump into Lexington Law. Now right off the bat, I just kind of wrote down a brief bio, just kind of give you an idea of who they actually are for those of you guys who aren't familiar with them. So basically, they're one of the largest credit repair companies in the industry, if not the largest, okay? From their website, they've allegedly gotten over 10 million deletions since 2017, okay? Now, I've heard about them, especially whenever I was first getting to credit repair, into the industry and everything. And so I've kind of gotten to know a little bit about their process and things like that. They basically do, really in credit repair, there's two different actual models that people do, right? They do either a model where they charge you monthly or they charge you based on results, right? So those are the two options that you can have, okay? And obviously there's pros and cons to both of those methods. So they actually do they charge a monthly fee, cost structure, and the idea is they charge between $90 to $130 a month, okay? And that depends just on based off of what type of service that you're getting from them. From what I've understand, and again, this is not, I haven't used them personally, so I can't give you my definitive answer, but I've heard that they typically, dispute a set amount of accounts every single month. So they might dispute 2 or 3 accounts each month, and they just focus on those 2 or 3 accounts in each of the letters that they're sending out that month, okay? Now, when it comes to the actual question, is it worth it? I do want to give a disclaimer. First off, I do have a credit repair agency, so I do help people with their credit as well. So I just want to be forthright about that. But from when it comes to actual Lexington Law, I've heard both sides of it, okay? So I have heard people who've said they've had a bad experience. I've even seen people say, you know, after 8 months, I didn't have anything deleted. So, you know, maybe I got a few accounts deleted at the beginning, but then after 8 months, nothing was done. But I've also heard the flip side, right? I've had people who've had a great experience. They said, oh, you know, they were able to delete accounts after just a month, right? And really, what I think is it really just comes down to your situation. I think a lot of people, they don't realize this, but there's no like special technique when it comes to disputing accounts. You're not, you know, we're not really doing anything special, right? It's just following the law and leveraging the law to be able to get accounts deleted, right? Because anything that's reporting on your credit report by the credit bureaus, they have to follow the FCRA, which is the Fair Credit Reporting Act. And if they're breaking any of those laws, then you can leverage that to be able to get the account removed. So that's really just how it works. There's no like special sauce in it. Obviously, some people are more knowledgeable about it than others, and some people have certain, you know, they have better processes that they're really, you know, they're using to get the work done. Now, when it comes to actually your situation, I think you should first decide if you want to do it by yourself, okay? Decide first if it's something that you can do by yourself, and then from there you can decide whether you want to actually get someone to do it for you. I think, you know, there's, you know, a lot of people out there, they try to look for help when really it's something that, you know, they just have to put the time and energy into actually learning how to get it done. You know, that's pretty much what this channel is, right? I should probably give a disclaimer on that too. This channel is literally just teaching you how to do it yourself. I've shot plenty of videos where if you take action on it, I have plenty of people who've reached out to me, who've emailed me, messaged me, telling me that they've had success just watching my videos and trying to implement those things, okay? So there's tons of things in these videos that you can actually just take action on, and you're gonna see your score go up. And at the very least, you're gonna be educated and understand what affects your score. So whenever you're going to these other companies for their services, you're going to be in a lot better position because you're going to already know whether what they're doing is legitimate or not, or, you know, whether they're trying to scam you, what the issue is, right? And it's just going to put you in a lot better position no matter what. Now, doing it yourself is always going to be the most cost effective, okay? No matter what, you're not going to be able to do it any cheaper. The only issue that comes in is the time aspect of it. So if you're in a situation where you don't have a lot of time, but you have the money to spend, then this might not be the best route for you to go. Now, if you do have the funds and you're just lacking the time, then that's whenever you want to make sure that you're just doing your research before you go out and find an actual credit repair company to work on your stuff, okay? I always recommend you try to do research so you have an idea what you're signing up to. I'd say, you know, you want to keep in mind, like I mentioned earlier, most of the credit repair companies are pretty much doing the same thing. It's more so their processes might be slightly different. I would just look for somebody who, like, find someone who's knowledgeable about what they're talking about, right? And that's what I think is great about my channel, is take the information that you're learning through my videos, and that's going to make you more knowledgeable about credit repair in general. So whenever you find someone, try to find someone who knows more than what you've learned off of my videos, right? If you're able to find someone who's more knowledgeable than information that you can find in an 8-minute video, that should tell you that that person is going to, you know, it gives you a lot better chance that that person is going to do a better job, right? Or do a good job. If you're talking to someone and they don't know what you're talking about, you know, you're just mentioning stuff that you've heard in my videos and they don't understand how it, like, that process works, and they're trying to fix your credit, then you might hear that, you know, you might listen to them and be like, you know, this person definitely doesn't know how to fix credit, right? So I think that's something that you should keep in mind, is you want to be knowledgeable as well when it comes to just credit in general. And I recommend looking for companies that charge when the work is done. Now, again, that, you know, I told you I have a credit repair company. That's what we do, and I think that's really the best route to go. I think instead of going the monthly route, I think it's always better to go with a company that's willing to do the work first. I think the reason why I switched, I used to actually charge monthly a couple years back. I switched over because it makes sure that everyone's interests are aligned, right? Whenever it came to the monthly, the issue that I found with charging monthly is, you know, if someone is able to fix your credit within 2 months, 3 months, or, you know, get enough accounts removed, then you are incentivized to just cancel, right? You're like, okay, that's good enough, I'm just going to leave. But the thing is, the actual company is incentivized to keep dragging those payments on, right? And just keep charging you, and, you know, not really working as hard as they can, maybe just working on a certain amount of accounts every single month, right? Whereas if you're paying somebody only when the work is done, they are going to be incentivized to get everything done as fast as possible, because the faster they get done, the faster they get paid, right? And that's the kind of the model that I find, you know, I think works a lot better, has worked better for me. And, you know, I think it's just the customer can see, or the client can see, that our interests are aligned. So, you know, when they're happy, I'm happy. When they win, I win, right? And that's kind of what I think is the best, right? Now, there's something that you do want to avoid. You want to avoid these things, okay? Any company that says that they're going to be able to delete everything within 30 days, or they're giving you like a timetable, right? Because this, you know, you're leveraging the laws to be able to get accounts removed. You can't say with certainty that things are going to come off within 14 days, within 30 days, if you're doing it legitimately. Now, there's some people out there, what they'll do is they'll just declare fraud on these accounts. And whenever they're declaring fraud, you know, obviously the credit bureaus and the credit bureaus and even the furnisher of that information. So whether it's a creditor, a debt collector, whatever it is, they have to, you know, take that into account. Since you're declaring fraud, all that account, whatever you're declaring fraud on, has to be investigated, right? Oh, sorry, not fraud, identity theft. Whenever you're declaring identity theft, that account has to be investigated. So that's typically what's happening is, you know, they'll tell you, oh, we'll get everything removed within 30 days. They're going to declare identity theft, right? And try to get everything wiped off. But the issue is all that's going to come back on. And the crazy thing is, now you've paid some dude $5,000 or $1,000, whatever it is, some ridiculous amount, right? Flat fee up front. And then they're going to literally it's going to look like your credit is perfect for like a couple weeks or however long it takes for them to do the investigation. And then boom, everything's back on your credit. And then the funny thing is, watch how hard it is for you to be able to, get them to do it again or anything like that, right? They're going to kind of look at it as like, hey, we got everything removed. We showed you and you were happy, right? Just last week. So that's one thing that you do want to avoid. And kind of going off that, or a little bit related, is any companies that charge a flat fee. The reason why is, I know when a lot of people start off at the beginning, they charge flat fees. Even at one point, I was trying to charge a flat fee because I thought it made more sense, right? Not charging payments, because, you know, then you know exactly how much you pay. But the issue is, when people are charging you flat fees, then they tend to be ones to disappear as well. And the reason why is because you got to keep in mind that there's a certain cost that comes to just doing the actual service, right? Fixing someone's credit, right? Apart from just letters being sent out. I remember whenever I was first starting off, I thought I'd be able to fix people's credit for like $200 or $250, things like that. But things really started to get pretty expensive, right? I had to have software, you know, there's bills I have to pay just for the business. I got to send out letters. And letters are cheap, right? You can send out a letter for less than $1, 50 cents, whatever it is. But whenever you start sending out letters with certified mail return receipt, right? So you have proof that people receive letters, that can get up to the $4 or $5 range, right? And then that's whenever things start adding up. If I just keep sending out $5 letters over and over again, I'm sending it to the credit bureaus, I'm sending it out to the debt collectors, sending it out to creditors, whatever it is, it starts adding up. And then it gets to a point where I spent $220 to fix your credit report, and you paid me $250, so all I have left is $30 for 3-4 months of work, something like that, right? So, you know, that's kind of one thing you want to be on the lookout for, because typically what's going to happen in that situation is people are going to ghost you. And they're either going to just completely ignore you, not talk to you anymore, or they're going to be working for free. And that's kind of the situation I was in, where it was like I was pretty much working at a loss just to, you know, take care of the people that I signed up for or signed up with. But at that point, I had just switched my model. I was like, I'm not taking anybody else. Anybody else had a flat fee. I switched to the monthly at that point, right? So I went from flat fee to monthly all the way to pay per delete. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, that should give you at least a general idea what to look for whenever you're dealing with any type of credit repair companies, and give you a little bit of information about what I thought about Lexington Law, right? I think that personally, me, if I didn't know how to fix credit myself and I was trying to go get my credit fixed, I would look for a company that would offer to do the work, and then you know, once the work was done, then I would pay, right? Or pay as the work was getting done, as opposed to, you know, just paying a flat fee every month. But again, that's just my personal feelings, but it just kind of depends on you. So you just want to look for whatever you think is best and what's going to fit you the most. And yeah, that's going to be pretty much it. Now, I will also link down below to a bunch of my videos, my credit videos, that'll show you how to actually be able to fix your credit yourself, if that's something that you're interested in. I'll link to those videos down below that you can watch free of charge. Some of those videos even actually come with free letters as well, so you'll want to check that out down below. Okay, now if you found this information valuable, be sure that you throw a like on this video, and make sure you hit the subscribe button down below as well. Okay, so that's gonna be it for this video, guys. I will see you at the next one.